Now you have built a basic understanding of integer, float, and string. This video will present you lists. Lists are ordered collection of elements in Python. They offer a wide range of capabilities for data manipulation. Let's explore lists in great detail. In Python, you denote a list using a square bracket. If I write a is equals to square bracket, then the Python compiler understands that it belongs to a class list. If I print the type of a, it gives me it belongs to class list. This is list in Python. You can write any data type inside Python. It is a collection of elements. So you can write a string inside a Python, a string inside a list, an integer inside a list, float inside a list. Let us first take a basic example of an array. In other programming languages, you can write 1, 2, 3, 4 and by denoting it by using array. You can use list in Python to denote an array. It gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, it belongs to class list. What if I replace everything with a string? S T R, and if I print it, it belongs to class list. You can also use different data types like 1, 2.0 and a string string. This will give me a list. So you can use string inside a list, integer inside a list, float inside a list. You can also use list inside a list, which is called nested list. Suppose I write a is equals to 1, 2, 3 and b is equals to a list which contains a, and if I print b and type of b, it will give me b is 1, 2, 3 and type of b the class. So we are placing the list inside the list. Suppose I write a comma 2, I'll get 1, 2, 3 comma 2. This is a nested list in Python. And the important thing about list is a mutable object. That is, you can change a list. Suppose I have a list 1 comma 2 comma 3. As I already told in the previous video, we can access the element at first index or any other index by using indexing, which you can which you can give a square brackets. And if I place 2, it will give me the value at index 2. If I place it as 3, it will give me the value of index. Okay, list index out of range. 3 was not there in my list. I mean, my list length was only 2, 3. Okay, if I put 4 here, I'll get as 4. Okay, what if I want to change the value of the second index? A of 2 is equals to, I'm giving a string a, b, c. And you need to note that initially 3 was an integer and we are assigning a string and the list successfully got executed. So you can change the value into any data type you want. Now let me tell you a few functions in list which find you helpful. Suppose if I want a is my list like 1, 2, 3, 4, and if I want to add an element, you can just write a dot append. Append will add at the last value. Suppose I'm adding 5. So this will add me at the last index. So print, okay, first let me add a is equals to a dot append 5 and let me print the value of a. This will give me 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 5. Suppose if I add, if I want to add a list like 1, 2 followed by a, b, c. This will add me 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we'll be having 1, 2 and ABC. This is about append operation in Python. And if you want to add 2 or more elements, like if you add 1 comma 2 at a time, this will give me an error. It gives me as list append takes exactly 1 argument but 2 were given. Actually this function will take only 1 argument, which we'll be discussing in functions topic, but I have given 2 arguments. So if you want to add 2 elements inside a list or more than 1 element, you can use extend instead of append, and you need to write inside the square brackets. This will add the elements at the end. If I will print a, this will give me 1, 2, 3, 4 and the list was 1, you'll get 2 comma 3. This is about extend in Python. And suppose if you want to if you want to know the count of a particular value, you can do it simply by writing the list name dot count of the value which you want. Suppose I want to know the value of 2 here, 1 and 2. I need to get 2 as the answer. I got it as 2. Suppose I am placing 1. I need to get 1 as the answer. Suppose I want to count the value of list 1 comma 2 comma ABC. It will give me 1. This is about count function in Python. Now suppose if you want to remove the element from a Python list. Suppose if you want to remove the last element, you can do it by simply writing. You can use a by default function which is pop. So a dot pop. This will pop me the last most element which is 3, and if I print a, I'll get up to 2. This is pop operation. Suppose if you want to remove the first element, you can just write pop 0. This will remove the leftmost element, and if I print a, you'll get 2, 3, 4 up to 2, because previously we have popped 3. That's why we are not getting 3 now. This is about pop function in Python. And if you want to insert an element at a Python list, suppose if 1, 3, 4, you want to insert 2 at index 0, sorry, index 1, you can write insert, and you can see all the Python list functions here. If you press dot and if you press enter, you can see all the list operations. And here you need to place the index, which I wanted it to be 1, and the number like 2. And if I print the value of a, this will give me a 1, 2, 3, 4. This is about insert in Python. Suppose you want to sort the elements. I have the array like I have the list like 1, 3, 4, 5, 2, 6, 7, 9. I want to get it in sorted form. You can just simply write print a. You need to sort the elements. So a dot sort. This will automatically sort you in ascending order. And if I print a, I'll get 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I didn't run this statement. So you'll get everything in sorted form. You can also use the function sorted, and sorted of a will give me the sorted form of the list. Print a. This will give me the sorted form. Now let me tell you indexing and slicing in list. It is same as in strings. Suppose you want to access the element at index 2, you'll get it as, okay, let me run this statement. You'll get it as 4. Suppose you want to get the -1th index, which is last index, you'll get it as 9. And if I want to get a series of characters from 3 to 5, sorry, 2 to 5, it will give me 4, 5 and 2. 5 is excluded, so it will print the characters from 2 to 4. This is about indexing and slicing in Python. It is similar to strings in Python.